This video is brought to you by Patterson Car Care. Get double the premium detail product for half the price. Head over to pattersoncarcare.com or go to the link in the description below. Seat controls on the door automatically means luxury. Mercury Marauder. This is a Mercury Marauder. Now the Mercury brand is gone. It is completely gone, disintegrated, and it basically was the same era where big automotive companies from America really needed to start cutting costs. If you don't know what Mercury is, it was the brand between Ford and Lincoln. So you have Ford, Mercury, then Lincoln. So you're supposed to kind of step up to Mercury as a luxury car, then go into the Lincoln, which is more expensive. Now, as you can see, I have all the room in the world. I'm using my Panasonic GH5 with a wide angle lens, and I decided to zoom it all the way out just to show you how much space I have in here. Also, if you've ever been in a Crown Victoria, I hope you haven't been in the back seat of one for obvious reasons. The Mercury Marauder has a very comfortable interior, and I love these seats. Do they have leather that wears out over time? Yes, but are they comfortable? Extremely. I could drive this car a very long time and not break a sweat. It's quiet, it's smooth, and honestly, I'm utterly shocked that it actually handles pretty decent. The Panther chassis, which is the chassis on the Crown Victoria, they are very tough vehicles. But we're not here to talk about the Crown Victoria. What makes the Marauder special? One, you don't see many of them. They're pretty rare, and at the same time, this has a very similar motor to the Mach 1 Mustang. So this is a 4-valve V8, 4.6 liter, rather than the 2-valve 4.6 that's in the Crown Victoria, and also the Mustang GT from 1994 to 04. So the SN95 generation, all of that is what's shared with the Crown Victoria. This is kind of its own thing. This is more like a Mach 1 or a Cobra. And if you're not familiar with the Mach 1, an easier explanation is the Mach 1's engine is essentially the Terminator Cobra's engine without a blower, but just not as beefed up. Done. Ford at the time was making all these duds. They made pretty bad cars. And then they came out and made the Terminator Cobra, which is unbelievably good. Interior's not good, but everything else is unbelievably good. And yet they also built this, which on paper as a business decision makes absolutely no sense. 99% of people who come up to this car still think it's a Crown Vic with different badges, or they call it a Lincoln. They completely forget that Mercury even existed. And let's not forget Edsel. That was another Ford brand that failed. It was pretty awkward. So the Marauder also has a moving pedal box. There's a button right on the dash where I could scoot the pedals up and down. This isn't a Dodge Viper or something where you can crank it up and back. This is just, what? That's amazing. Also, we have seat controls on the door, just like a modern Mercedes. All of the window switches are from that early 2000s era Ford where they use parts bin. Essentially, a ton of the parts in here are from other cars, Mustangs, Explorers, etc. They just typically used a lot of the same dash pieces, same clocks, same radios, all of that good stuff. I wonder how far you can lean this seat back. Am I going off camera? I don't know yet. How tall people feel. This is terrible. Another vehicle that Ford makes that this car reminds me of is a truck, the Ford Lightning, because it doesn't really have a truly large center console. It just feels like you're in open air. And these ghost flames were on the car when he bought it, so don't blame him. The Marauders are either in usually very rough shape or they're in immaculate condition with the guy that has the freaking sticker on it still, the price of the car. The steering wheel is very goofy looking though, I will say. Go, buddy, go! This sounds good. Dude, this thing sounds gnarly. I'm I'm starting to like this car. It was so fun to see the Marauder drive around because it had that aggressive font on the back of its bumper. It said Marauder. Golly, dude. This thing is quick, dude. I'm not saying it's, you know, extraordinarily fast, but the sound you get from this is so satisfying. Like, you feel it in your bones. Wow, that last shift is so intense. The whole car just bucks forward. A common misconception is that people come up and go, oh, it's just a Crown Victoria with the quote-unquote police chip. First of all, the police chip wasn't that common or really a thing. It was more about the gearing they put in the Crown Victorias. The Marauder was Ford's ultimate sleeper at the time. This was their sleeper. And they just kind of got swept under the rug. Not a lot of people know about these cars. I literally feel like I'm driving a Mustang Mach 1, just in a much more comfortable interior. Okay, stop car, stop car. Oh my God, dude. Whoop, broke loose. Whoa, it shifted into the next gear and bam. This also has shorter rear end gears in it and it's really changed how the car drives. Look, I barely get on it and it turned into a muscle car. So, unfortunately, this car did need a head gasket at one point, and to do the head gasket, unfortunately, the entire motor has to come out. It's just too hard to access the valve covers. That's why nothing looks modified with the valve covers. You have to take out the motor in order to do head gasket if you end up with that problem. Fortunately, with these 4 valves, one will last forever, and then another one will, well, not. But people repair these cars because they believe they're special, even though most people don't. Unlike an involuntarily backseat trip in a Crown Victoria, the Marauder, I would like to sit back there. There's plenty of room. It feels luxurious. It would be an enjoyable ride to ride in the back of a Marauder. The materials for the time of this car, Ford interiors, were pretty bad. But this one is definitely better than a ton of the interiors that they made during this era. This whole dash is this very flat plane. You can really soak in the information without looking for everything. Everything is exactly where you think and want it to be. You touch the dash right here and it feels nice. It doesn't feel really cheap. But you know, I'm just going around town intimidating people with my Ghost Flames and my Marauder. Woo, that shifts so hard, goodness gracious. Another interesting thing is that the 02 Mustang GT, that was my first car, it had the exact same shifter essentially down here in the center console. But at the time, a lot of Ford vehicles were still column shifter cars. So that probably felt like a nice thing at the time, a nice touch at the time that was different from going like this. See, I expected this car to be a handful. I expected it to be all over the place with body roll and everything else. The thing is that this does handle better than a Crown Vic, with no doubt about it. The brakes are a little soft and kind of unforgiving as you go down hills. You definitely need to brake earlier than you typically need to with a traditional new performance car. I would say the Mercury Marauder is Ford's sleeper hit that sat between the first generation and second generation Taurus SHO. The SHO didn't come back yet, so they basically took this platform, the Panther platform, which is proven, and made it faster. If you're looking though for a Marauder, they're hard to find. Not only that, people want quite a bit of money for them, but their market is very unpredictable. Worth something one day and then you're in the red the next day. So as a business investment, probably not very smart. But when it comes to an investment of fun and having something that almost nobody else has, I think this thing is really cool. Like, it sounds so good. I can't get my head around it. I've gotten to some corners that are sharper than they were before, and also a little bit more banked. The body roll is starting to show up, but it's not as bad as I expected. I thought I was gonna be having to input, moving the wheel all over the place in order to make this work. But no, I'm still able to talk to you, do my review, and not be paranoid about flipping a car over. When you hit the brakes, the whole car likes to snap and squat like this. crazy. Just rode through the gears. If I closed my eyes and somebody said, David, what car are you riding in right now? I would say Mach 1, 100%. The Mach 1 and the Terminator have this very signature sound to them because those motors were never made again. With that sound, you're gonna assume that it's the Mustang. Not this. Rock on, dude. Lately, I've been doing cars that are obscure and weird, and for me, it's extremely refreshing. I feel very lucky that people are offering me to drive these very weird and passionate builds, but to me, the Marauder is up there as one of the most cult following cars that people forgot about, but also overlooked in Ford's automotive history. What do you guys think of the Mercury Marauder? Are you sad that it's gone? Do you think they should try and redo another Marauder with, I don't know, a Taurus plot? Oh wait, the Taurus is gone, isn't it? Okay, let's just say hypothetically the Taurus still existed. Would you have wanted to see a Taurus Marauder? That would be kind of sick if it was like all blacked out and everything. Somebody should just like make a rendering or something. That'd be cool. But on side note, what do you think about the Marauder? What do you think of its legacy or lack thereof legacy? Let me know in the comments. Also, by the way, if you enjoy my videos, you enjoy my content, definitely make sure to check out PattersonCarCare.com. It is the perfect place to get your detail product, and also you get double of the premium detail product for half the price. It's an all original formula, so you won't be disappointed. And at the same time, if you're interested, I have a private ThatDudeinBlue Discord server, and I'll put that in the link description below. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I upload every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday. And I will see you guys next time, and take it easy. Have a wonderful day. Goodbye!